Dude, something's up with the music. Where's the music? Here it is.
Sammy Baugh, though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about news from the camp, the upcoming preseason game, who's going to get cut, and other news from the week live with Aaron and John. Sorry about that snap foo there. Snap foo.
What kind of snap foo is that?
Snap foo. It was a horrible snap foo. It's all right. There's no one in the chat room anyway. Welcome everybody to episode number 524.
Excellent. What's up?
Dude, I don't know about you, but I'm getting pretty
Dude, game's in 2 days. The first game against probably not Tom Brady, but the rest of the Patriots. It'll be awesome.
Dude, Tom Brady doesn't play for the Patriots.
That's right. We're going to see him.
Cam Newton and the rest of the Patriots.
And that other guy, that new guy, that guy. Sean, there he is. Sean Nelson. What's up?
His name is Sean the Sixth now.
Sean the Sixth.
Sean the Sixth.
That's because we got Will the Fifth. Now we got Sean the Sixth.
I know.
I see X Factor 357 is typing in with some of our guys in here.
Object is in the Discord room.
Dude, I'm so pumped about this game. I'm so pumped about what's going on. The Washington football team, it's coming together, dude. It's
X Factor 357. Discord still hasn't fixed their little chat overlay. I don't know why it says object. Dude, I'm pumped about this because the roster from top to bottom, I'm interested in seeing these guys play. Starting even with the starters we haven't seen, like Fitzpatrick. Oh my gosh.
Right.
How refreshing will it be not to dink and dunk the ball every single play like we've done for the last 10 years with our anemic offense?
Especially the Alex Smith, man.
All of those dudes.
The definition of dink and dunk. All those guys. The guy that played for the XFL or the UFL, that Josh Johnson guy. He did beat Dallas though. That guy should be like in the Washington Ring of Fame just for beating Dallas that year when we were so bad.
Oh yeah,
he needs to be in there.
Dallas. Why are you bringing up Dallas?
Dallas.
Yeah, I'm so pumped, man. I didn't get to watch much of that practice the other Friday because I fell asleep because I turned it on late. It was on It's still on YouTube if anyone wants to watch it.
Right.
They streamed the practice on Friday. If you guys didn't know, they had interviews with a bunch of people at the stadium. It looked like a pretty fun time. I think Taylor Heinecke in the Discord room was saying he went. So yeah, it sounded like he had a fun time. But
dude,
did you see the interview with Fitzpatrick? It was from
not.
that. Okay. Well, he was saying he feels better than he ever has, and he's 100% confident this is going to be his best year, pretty much.
We've got to look around him and see what kind of people he has. Because, I mean, usually for Fitzpatrick, he's like looking around and it's like a dumpster fire for half the team when he's in there. So he's probably like, we got the stacked defense. We got these talented wide receivers. We got a good coach. What's been going on in Washington?
Fast wide receivers.
Fast.
This Diamia Brown guy, Fitzpatrick, was basically like, oh, just wait till you see that guy.
I am waiting to see how this guy does. That's exactly what I want to see. Cosme in there. I want to see that guy. Who I don't want to see? I don't want to see Terry McLaurin in.
He's playing, I think. They said they're playing some starters.
I bet
Probably not long. Not long. There's so many receivers that they've got to look at, dude. I mean, who are we going to cut receiver-wise?
See, like, no lie, man. I mean, looking at the wide receivers list, we got some guy named. I don't even know. Like, I know all these names. We got this guy Dax Milne
in the 7th round.
DeAndre Carter, who wasn't Andre Carter like a defensive end for us like 15 years ago?
Yeah,
now we got DeAndre Carter. Maybe it's his son. And his son. I mean, we may get a Steven Montez sighting. We might see Lamar Miller, former 1,000-yard rusher Lamar Miller.
Do you know what's interesting about training camp so far? And I think this is due to the fact that we have Fitzpatrick and all these receivers now. We're not hearing anything about running backs. Have you? I mean, I've heard Antonio Gibson is there, but it's not like who's going to be our running backs because...
Oh, yeah, because we know who they're going to be. It's going to be Antonio Gibson.
And a lot of passing.
Antonio Gibson, JD, 3 yards in the flat, McKissick. Peyton, 3 yards downhill, Barber. And we got Lamar Miller. We got some guy named Jonathan Williams, Jarrett Patterson.
Jarrett Patterson, didn't we get him late rounds this year? Or am I on crack?
I know. I don't know.
That Dax Milne guy, he was the guy that played for Buffalo, right? And he broke all these like records up there, like yards.
Oh, University of Buffalo, yeah.
Yeah, University.
See, that's one of those schools that's out there. Like I can't remember what they're in. Are they in the MAC?
I don't know. They're in something small.
That may be a MACtion type of team. It's, I mean, even like ESPN college football. There's an ad for college football. I'm getting so pumped.
Oh, I'm pumped. I'm super pumped.
And we got some guys on here I've never even heard of on this depth chart. These are guys we've actually, for the first time in a number of years, we actually have real camp bodies. Oh yeah, camp body. Like this guy we just signed the other day, Cole Boozer. We signed him as a guard on like the 7th, and he apparently showed up and he was like, "Hey guys, I'm not a guard, I'm a tackle." And they're like, "Oh, you're a tackle? Okay." And on the 8th, we cut tackle Cole Boozer. Like we didn't want you. The next day, it was like Willie Mays Hayes is like, "I've been cut already." Yeah, our bad, dude. We thought you were a guard, so yeah, we're just gonna have to go ahead and cut you right now. You know why? It's because they signed some dude named John Toth, who's apparently was working as a model while he was waiting for another football job. This guy's 6'5". He's a plus size model for like Calvin Klein. Yeah, he's a plus size for like I don't know, whatever big and tall store I see the ads for on a NBC Sports Washington. It's the Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield's big and tall from Back to School. John Toth. So we signed some model. As a center. He wasn't even a guard or tackle. They're probably like, we don't need. You know what it is? Because they're signing guys because guys can't stop getting the COVID. Y'all need to get vaccinated, people. Seriously, dudes. You know what I have to say about that?
Think of it, gentlemen. Hoof and mouth disease, a thing of the past.
Never mind that.
Think of it, gentlemen.
Hoof and mouth disease, thing of the past.
So speaking of the COVID thing, someone in the chat room mentioned that if we reached a certain point of percentage of people vaccinated that we wouldn't have to forfeit, I think. Maybe I misinterpreted them because I didn't see that rule anywhere.
I haven't seen that yet either.
The NFL said that if you can't field a team, you have to forfeit, and both teams, the team you're going up against and your team, loses a game check. On that front, 86% of the dudes now have their vaccine.
Have at least one shot.
I think probably Coach Rivera saying, dudes, I'm immune compromised. May have had something to do with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the entire defensive line just about came down with it, and a couple of the offensive guys, the offensive offensive line as well, which is why we were signing people like Cole Boozer and the model, John Toth.
Camp bodies.
Camp bodies.
Yeah.
I think because there were so many guys like right away in training camps, it ended up being like 6 or 7 guys either having it or being in close contact. And I think that got a lot of people be like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this stuff.
Yeah.
Just give me the vaccine. I don't know. Most smart people are getting the vaccine.
I think there's some people that may have a legitimate reason, medical reason, but most people are. I don't understand it personally, and I don't really want to get into COVID too much on here.
Yeah,
I just don't understand it. So, you know,
and you know, I have a heart transplant, so I really want everyone to get vaccinated. That's pretty important for me.
Yeah. So hopefully,
because you know, maybe I won't get to go to the game this year in November because we are planning on going to the game against Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll have those antibodies.
Those antibodies, I'm in a study.
But this could be all done if people just got vaccinated. But anyway,
it would be all done. Hoof and mouth disease would be the thing of the past.
Off of that soapbox.
Think of it, Jeff. Hoof and mouth disease, a thing of the past.
And you know, the funny thing about that is that Mongo, that's the whole here comes Mongo thing. Don't forget Mongo was it Eric Karros? Was that his first name? I can't remember. He was an NFL player. He did like Monday Night Football. He actually got suspended for a year because he was gambling on football. The guy had a colorful career during the NFL and after the NFL.
I didn't know that.
Candyman for Mongo.
Candyman for Mongo. Dude, yeah, he was on Monday Night Football with what was his name? That guy that was doing Monday Night Football for a long time. It wasn't Jimmy the Greek. No, even earlier than that.
I don't know, dude.
He was
not nearly as old as you.
Dude, he was like pre Dan Deerdorf. He was out there like forever, like way early.
Howard Cosell.
He was on there with Howard Cosell. Kind of, yeah, like old school.
This is Howard Cosell. Dude, I don't know. I'm not nearly as old as you. I can't remember way back then. The dude was on Webster. Wasn't that Dan Deerdorf that was on Webster? Or was it the guy that looked like Dan Deerdorf with that same mustache, but it wasn't him?
I think it's Eric Karros.
Really? Alex Karras is what Shandy
Alex
said.
Karras, that's his first name. Okay, I knew Eric. Eric Karras is probably like a hockey player or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, and for all
player.
you young whippersnappers out there that have never seen Blazing Saddles, you need to go watch it because they don't make movies like that anymore. They're not allowed, first of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
And
it's
keep
hilarious
in mind,
because everyone jokes everybody. That's the whole thing about it.
And keep in mind, it was
jokes
written by
everybody.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Partially. I mean, Richard Pryor and the director,
Brooks.
what's his face? Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Anyway, back to the whole thing. Curtis Samuel. The word on the street was that he was on the COVID list. He came off the COVID list and went back to the PUP list for his groin. Are you concerned about this injury at this point? Or are you not?
Because it's the Washington football team, I'm concerned because especially the last few years, the later years of Alan DeBruce, like every player was injured all the time because he was like, we'll get these injured guys and then they'll come back and they'll be good, except they never came back.
Yeah.
So hopefully he will be better and be okay. Groin's a tricky injury, so kind of like hamstring, you know, you gotta test it out, and if it's either good or it's not. You know?
And you don't know until you really get into it.
Till you really lather up.
Speaking of Shanny, did you see who is new to the Discord this week?
No.
Now, not only do we have Shanny on there, we have and his son.
Oh, no way.
His son's on there.
No way.
It's Shanny and his son.
Shanny was talking about Eric Karras played for the Dodgers. I knew he played for, I was like, baseball, hockey. One of those sports.
He plays somewhere. Anyway,
Yeah,
back
dude.
to
I mean, he's like Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning. I mean, he's in all these commercials. He's acting and stuff and everything. Terry Bradshaw acting and stuff. You know, it's not like it's not every day. You don't see. I mean, O.J. Simpson was in The Naked Gun, but Karras. I mean, he was Mongo. What a great job.
everyone.
Here
knows
comes
who
Mongo.
Yeah. he's like riding that bull.
You can't park that there. It's illegal.
Anyway, you guys should go watch that movie if you have not. So anyway, back to the whole COVID thing real quick. So apparently we were one of two teams at around 50% or less, but we've quickly gone up to over 86% last I heard.
Yeah.
So there's that. So Coach Rivera got that squared away. Did you hear that thing about Jason Garrett? Where like some like reporter was like, "Hey Jason, good to see you," or something like that, and he was like, "Coach Garrett," like tried to make him call him Coach.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then Ron.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then Ron Rivera at the end of his press conference the other day, someone was like, "Thanks, Ron," and he was like, "Coach." Like totally messing with him.
Because of that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Coach. And
I
he
mean, dude.
apparently he like winked at him and was like, "You mean Coach?"
There's you know, some people get a doctorate degree and you never know it. It could be people that you know could have like 5 degrees, like bachelor's, master's, doctorates, everything. You never know. And then other people get a doctorate degree and you damn well better call them doctor. So
Yeah.
I've run into people like that work work at my work. And some people are really cool and some people really, really want that title.
Those people are normally not the cool ones. Yeah, in fact, there was like a professor that I had when I got my master's degree, and the entire time that I was there, I assumed that she was a doctor, and she never corrected anyone until I found out from another professor. He was like, "She's not a doctor," and I was like, "What?" Anyway, yeah. So anyway, but the reporters were like, Why would the reporter call you coach? You're not their coach. Like
I heard that about another coach recently that said that too. And again, it's not like the head coach.
yeah.
You know?
Oh
Well,
my
dude,
gosh.
remember Vinny Serrato, the old vice president of player personnel, blah, 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 used to be the water boy with the 49ers, won a Super Bowl because he's got a ring. Yeah.
He got a ring as a water boy?
He got a ring as basically as a water boy. It was like
Assistant
like
trainer.
an assistant to an assistant coach kind of thing.
Okay.
With the 49ers. But it's kind of the same thing. It's someone who wants to be called that, even though you really, really don't want to call someone that.
Yeah. Dude, I was thinking
Anyway.
about this yesterday. I'm really liking Ron Rivera. In fact, of all the coaches that we've ever had, he's my second favorite already.
Oh yeah, after Joe Gibbs,
Yeah.
he's brought so much discipline to this team, and this is why I also want to see Jamin Davis coming on Thursday. I want to see what he's gonna do, because I imagine he's gonna be in the game more than Chase Young or Montez Sweat. They may not even play for all I know. But I want to see Jamin Davis in there, and I want to see what he does because Ron Rivera. Military son, Jamin Davis, military son. Both his parents, I think, were Army.
Yeah.
We've got a disciplined team. We don't have Deshaun Jackson pinching the coach's nipple.
Yeah.
Come on, we finally got intelligent people there. Let's go. Let's get this game going Thursday.
Yeah. Back to Curtis Samuel. I don't want to stay on him the whole podcast, but I was thinking about how last year at this time, if we would have signed him and then he had this injury, I would have been 100 more times worried than I am right now because of the depth that we've got at receiver. Like this guy,
that helps.
The dude Diami Brown, apparently is going to be, the new speed threat. And I saw him in an interview the other day, and he handled himself really well. He seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders and a dude. He's not going to be getting in trouble, is what it seemed like to me.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the attitude of Deshaun Jackson, but he might have the speed.
That'd be good. Hopefully he doesn't have the hamstring as well.
Yeah, I did hear he's dropped a few though. Like he's had a little bit of a case of the dropsies on balls that are not that hard to uncontested, I guess is the word.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, I mean, before the next thing I had on our list is who we're going to cut this week. But before we get into that, I want you to name, and then people in the peanut gallery to name, the top 3 players that they're interested in seeing in this first preseason game.
Aaron, hold on.
What?
Do you hear that sound in the background?
It might be my air condition. Does it sound like a whistle?
Air conditioner. I was like, what is that? It sounds like a fan.
It's like this whistling vent, and I was like, and I would go up there and try to like adjust it, but it took me forever to get the air vents right so that it stays cool in like the girls' rooms and.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not even touching them. I'm not even touching them anymore.
That.
Sorry about the whistle thing.
We got some new people in the peanut gallery here on YouTube. Actually,
sweet.
Bryce Versa, CJ Suit Photo, we know him. John
Sweet.
Cassidy.
They saying anything? Because I haven't even been monitoring the YouTube because all I look at is Discord anymore. You guys on YouTube, feel welcome to that little Discord link right there on the side there. Should get you into the Discord room. And then your chat will show up right here on the podcast.
Discord.gg//5YW5YFT. Yeah, they're talking about trying to watch this preseason game on Thursday night out of market. Do you know anything about that? Because you do live out of market.
It's on NBC Sports Washington.
Right.
I know that.
I know we've got it on CBS as well here. I'm pretty sure I know, but I think
there are ways to watch it, dudes.
Yeah.
Probably can't discuss it here, but
Sean
there are
Six
ways.
Said, join the cord.
There are ways.
Yeah.
Just Google IPTV. All right, so where are we? What are we talking about next?
You wanted to go through and have us name 3 of the guys that we want to watch.
Yes.
Like we want to be interested in. So, I mean, it's kind of cool because this time it's not going to be a bunch of Fincher the clinchers like we used to do. Like guys.
There will be one of those guys this year, though. There is always a Fincher the clincher, a guy that comes out of nowhere and kicks butt in the preseason.
It might be Nick Gugamos, the sixth tight end on the roster. It might be Justice Reed, the 4th defensive end.
It might be.
Bundy Rotimi.
But who are the 3 that you're most interested in looking at? Don't tell me the one you think is going to be the Fincher the clincher of the year.
Well, the first one I want to see is Jamin Davis.
Okay.
Number 1. I want to see what he wants to do. He's our first round pick. I want to see him out there. At least for one, I don't know. I figure for like the starters will go for 1 series in the first round. I don't know though. It's hard to tell, since we don't have John or Jay. Don't call me John Gruden out there anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I think it depends on the position. Like
I really
where we
want to
have
see
like
the
20.
draft picks.
Yeah, but where we have like 20 receivers and they only have 3 games to figure out who they're going to keep, I don't think you're going to keep the lock for the roster guys out there very long. Like McLaurin, maybe a few plays, a few snaps, maybe none. I mean, they do want to get him some reps, with his quarterback, but you're not going to see much out of him. Not in this game.
Yeah.
I would hope.
So I want to see Jamin Davis.
Okay.
You know who I want to see? I want to see I want to see the back end cornerbacks. I want to see Troy Apke, who changed from safety to quarterback, and they're saying he's doing really good at quarterback this year. Which last year he was like, Yeah. And last year, everyone was like, oh, this Troy Apke's guy's really fast at safety. I'm like, he might be fast, but he doesn't know how to take angles worth a damn.
Yeah. Maybe he is better at cornerback because he doesn't have to judge those angles as much, you know?
I guess. Well, we'll see. I want to see him. I want to see Danny Johnson because he has improved over the last couple years with the team. But I don't know. He may have hit his ceiling. I don't know. I want to see those guys. But individual people, I definitely want to see jamming.
Jamming.
I want to see Cosme. I want to see jamming. I want to see Cosme, and I want to see St. Juiced out there and see what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like the first 3 draft picks. That's exactly what I want to see because Troy Apke just needs to get cut.
There's so many dudes that I want to see, like all the way from the top of the roster to the bottom. I'll be watching every play. But you know who I've been wanting to see improve himself for the last 2 seasons and still haven't really seen? Sadiq.
Oh yeah, dude.
I want to see Sadiq. If they're going to use him as a tackle or a guard, this is his chance, right? Because what did he play, like 3 plays and got injured?
Well,
So
they've moved him to the right now. Like he's not even playing on the left. He's moved to the right behind Scherf and Cosme on the right side.
Okay, well, I want to see him wherever they put him. I'm excited to see how Landon Collins is doing. I keep wanting to say Carter. I want to see how Landon Collins is doing. He says he's like better than ever. And they're going to possibly move him around to linebacker type play occasionally. So
we'll see. I mean, I figure Jack Del Rio is going to be really trying. You know, we talked about this already. These coaches really like guys that can play more than one position and can do different things. Running backs that can also receive, the linebackers that can also cover, stuff like that.
Yeah, he keeps saying position flex, like all of his interviews.
Position flex.
Yeah. And all right, I haven't named my 3rd guy yet, though.
Oh yeah. Eric Flowers.
I do want to see him because I'm interested to see if that 2 years ago was just a flash in the pan, or if he can get his mojo back now that we've got him back here. If he's as good as he was 2 years ago for us, then we're going to have a pretty solid offensive line. If he was like he was for Miami, probably not.
And it depends. It may depend on the coach, because a couple years ago we had that great line coach, the guy that used to coach he coached the Raiders like in 2002 in the Super Bowl. I don't even remember his name now.
Who? Are you talking about? Sorry, I zoned out there. I was trying to think of my 3rd player. Wait, the coach that coached the O-line?
Yeah, the coach of the O-line.
Callahan?
Callahan, who used to coach like that all-pro offensive line in Dallas before that, and like 20 years ago, he took the Raiders to the Super Bowl as a head coach.
Yeah. The third,
it may have just been him, so we'll see that with Eric Flowers.
Yeah, and the 3rd player I want to see is the guy that you guys have all been hyping up, Taylor Heinecke. See if he can make it through the game.
Heinecke.
See if he can make it through the preseason game without an injury. I want to see how he does. Because I heard the other day in practice he got banged up and was hobbling around a little bit and shook it off and came back in. And I thought it was interesting that the reporters were asking Ron Rivera about it. And Ron was like, I didn't think much of it when he got bumped. But I'm glad to see he was able to shake it off, like almost like, what, was he a wuss? What happened? He didn't even get hit. He was like really like low key about putting that in there too. Like, oh, I didn't think much of it when he got bumped. But it was good to see him bounce back. So I want to see if he can make it through and see how he does. And now that he's got a contract, because I remember when he came into that Tampa game, he was coming off the street and he was just going. He was just going balls to the wall because he had nothing to lose. It was just like, I'm putting it all out here. But now that he's got a contract and he's not going to worry about being on the street next week, we'll see. When your back's against the wall, you do some crazy
Norfolk,
things.
Virginia's behind you, dude. The greater Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake area. I got my dog in here, Evie. She's got her old Redskins bandana on because she's so pumped about the game Thursday.
I've got Kay in here messing with stuff when I told her not to, like knocking down my diffusing panel. And I'm like trying to hold it up now.
Kay is his daughter, not his dog.
Yeah. It was like propped up here and now it's like falling. Is it gonna stay? Alright, let go. She was like, I gotta get my Nintendo Switch. It was like charging. It was like charging on the desk, and my diffusion panel was like propped on it, so she couldn't get it. Anyway,
Dude, apparently. Oh, did you say your third person total?
yeah, Heinecke.
Okay.
Sadiq.
Heinecke was number 3.
But I also want to see all these other guys. I don't want to see what. Were you going to say something? Because I want to go through what they have in the peanut gallery, and
No,
if you want
let's
to look
go
on
right
the
to
YouTube.
the peanut gallery, man. Yeah, let's hit that.
All right, so let's see. Coming back up. Oh, dude, I can't back up because I don't have the Discord up. The first one I can see is Heinecke, X Factor 357, Heinecke, DME Brown, and Jamin Davis. C-Jack 17, DME Brown, Jamin Davis, and Collins. So he shares one of mine, one of yours. Everyone wants to see Jamin Davis and DME Brown.
Yeah, really. Giammi Brown. I really want to see St. Just because there's been a lot of hype about him. And, again, I mean, there was hype about Apke last year being fast.
Yeah, Sean the Six, Cosme, Brown, and Davis. Everyone wants to see Brown and Davis and Cosme. He wants to see the 3 top rookies there.
Yeah.
Steven
We have
Sims.
depth. Steve,
Sean
yeah,
the
we need.
Sean
need
the
to
Six,
find
you
out
don't
about
get
Sims.
6 picks, you only get 3. He put it in there twice. But yeah, he wants to see Leno from the Bears. What's his first name? Forget.
Charles
Charles
Leno.
Leno. Jay
Will you be our go?
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
He wants to see it. Yeah, if he can't hold up left tackle spot, we're in trouble. That's all I'm saying. I want to see all these dudes. I want to see what Antonio Gibson is supposed to have kicked it up a notch.
I want to see Antonio Gibson's turf toe and see if he's healed without going through surgery this off season. That's a big deal.
Yeah, and the other guy that's super intriguing, this Samus Reyes dude.
Oh
The
yeah,
tight end.
Reyes.
He's probably going to be
Samus
playing a lot in this game. So
You know what? I think it's going to be a lot of him. Hemingway right now is the second tight end, and John Bates is number 3.
I want to see all these dudes, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch on Thursday.
I'm really pumped. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I want to see David Steinmetz in there. I want to see Bo Ben Shavel in there. Schnell. He's the new Schnell. If he makes
I don't
the
even
team.
know who that guy is.
He's like the third right guard. Benz, like Mercedes-Benz, Ben Shavel. Ben Shavel or Ben Shavel?
Ben Shavel. All right.
Bo Schnell.
Is anyone in the YouTube room post their 3 top they want to see?
Let's see. I don't know. Brian Verse just said yellow cake.
Yellow cake. Yellow cake.
Oh yeah, he's been around since the Brunels, man.
Yellow
Brunel years, man.
cake. Yellow cake.
I wish we'd saved that picture. I wish we'd saved that picture, Brunel. That
Brunel's
that
yellow
whole
cake.
thing.
Yeah, that was before we did video podcasts, though. Otherwise, it would have been, archived.
Oh, it would have been like right here on the screen. Yeah.
Yellow cake. Yellow cake. Oh my gosh.
David Sharp, Keith Ishmael. I mean, dude, we've got AGG. We haven't even talked about that guy.
I was excited about him last year, and I didn't see anything out of him. He's going to have to really kick it up a notch if he wants to have a chance of making this team.
Yeah, he's a big receiver, and I don't know. We'll see if he's fast enough to be on the team. We need fast people. We need fast people.
Dude, who's
No
Tony
slow
Brown?
linebackers.
Who's Tony
Who?
Brown? I know Dax Milne's the guy that broke the records at University of Buffalo. Who's Tony Brown?
Tony Brown? Wasn't he the receiver and then with the Patriots, and then he became a cornerback one year when they won the Super Bowl because they ran out of quarterbacks?
I don't know.
That was like 15 years ago. So that was another Tony Brown.
Probably
Maybe that was Troy Brown. I think it was Troy Brown, actually.
Yeah. We haven't even really
guy
talked about the defense that much, except for you wanted to see Benjamin St. Juste. And
I want to see St. Juste. We got other guys in there. Khaleke Hudson. Do you remember him from last year? He was a draft pick last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't he come on strong towards the end of the year, if I remember correctly?
He's behind Jamin Davis, so we'll see if he's in there.
Okay.
DeVaro Lawrence is a defensive tackle. Gabe Wright, Bunmi Rotimi, Daniel Wise, Shaka Tony. That's a great name. Shaka Tony.
Yeah, I want to see him.
Justice Reed. The guy's first name is Justice.
I want to see Shaka Tony. All these dudes, I don't know who some of these guys are, I got to admit. Bunmi
Lyndon
Rotimi,
Stevens?
Gabe Wright.
That guy's dead.
All right. So after this game, we have to cut.
Luke.
We have 91 players right now. We get one extra one because of the NFL, what is it called? International program where we have David Bada Bing.
Right.
Even though I thought we cut him, but apparently we have him. So after this game, we have to cut down to 85. Or sorry, 86. We have to cut down to 86. We have to cut 5 guys. So let's just pontificate on who the 5 people are that will not make it past this first preseason game or after or to the second one, I guess. And I'm going to say that there's going to be one dude, at least one dude that's going to get cut. That's going to be a little bit of a surprise. And it's going to be like
one of those.
Yeah, he's going to be one of the guys like we thought he had needed a chance to catch on somewhere else.
We thought he needed a chance to catch on with the Jets or with the Lions, one of the teams that we always like look down upon, even though we've like been at that level for a while now.
Yeah, but we still look down upon them. Like
we still look down upon them, even though they keep beating us.
just like the Redskins still, or the football team still pretends that there's a season ticket waiting list.
Well, they don't anymore. They don't anymore, but they sure did for a long, long time.
They did until like 2 years ago.
I know. Congratulations. You've come up on the season ticket waiting list. Welcome to the Hall of Presidents.
It's Dan Snyder in the background like, you've come up on the season ticket waiting list. Congratulations. you are so honored that you get to pay us money to have crappy seats up in the upper deck.
Yeah, really.
Anyway.
Speaking of that, so Dan Snyder's wife, Tanya Snyder, was at that, showed up at the Richmond training camp and, was throwing footballs, autographed footballs with player signatures on them to people and,
shirts.
It sounds like she was doing more in that one practice than Dan Snyder's ever done with fans in his life. Ever.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of interesting that's going to go on. Because, we all know why she's in charge because he's married to her. And so they put her in charge the day before he got in trouble.
Yeah.
But, we also know she's a cancer survivor, and I don't know, maybe she has a little bit less of a black heart than Dan Snyder does. So we'll see how that goes. But I thought that was very interesting. And, of course, all the stuff like the Friday night practice last weekend.
They never would have done that before. They would have tried to charge for it. They would have totally
they would have charged for it. That would have been Jason Wright, though, that I think was in charge of that.
No, you know what Dan Snyder would have done? He would have made it free, but then when you show up at the stadium, it would have been like $25 to park. Something like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. $25 to park.
It looks like Sean the Six has to go get ready for his podcast, so that when you're done listening to our podcast, go ahead and head over to YouTube, and his is called the No BS Podcast. I think.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, what else do we have on here? Oh yeah. So the 5 people that we think are not going to make it through the week.
Justice Reed.
I don't even. Hold on, let me look at the unofficial
Jordan Brown
depth chart.
I'm gonna name it right now. I'm just gonna go through the people who are listed on the unofficial depth chart, which is actually listed on Washington Football as the unofficial depth chart. So they get props for that.
Yeah.
So all the 6th round people, Jordan Brown, 1.
Nick
Lyndon
Gugamus.
Stevens, 2.
Nick Gugamus.
Nick Gugamus, 3. Jarrett Patterson, 4.
I think Jarrett Patterson's going to make it through.
Maybe Ricky Seals-Jones. Ricky Seals-Jones might be that guy because, I mean, I don't know. If you play fantasy football, you probably had him on your team for a week when you couldn't, like when your tight end had to sit down and you couldn't find anybody else.
Wait,
like
is that where I've heard of him from?
That's how I heard of him from like 5 years ago.
I think he might stick around, though. He might be the kind of the surprise guy a little bit. But I think Apke might be that guy, too. But people said Apke's been having a good camp, so I don't know. We'll see how he plays in this game.
We'll see. Cut!
They also said he was so fast last year.
So fast, dude.
So fast at sucking. He was horrible, dude. He was like the worst person on the team. He was like a new Daryl Pounds of safety.
I know, and that's why we ended up putting in that's why Cameron Curl was coming in. Because
Cameron Curl was good.
Yeah, he was. We got Bobby McCain back there too. Jeremy Reeves.
He's gonna stay. Jeremy Reeves is making the team. He's a special.
What about Cole
guy.
Luke?
I want to see him play. I don't know anything about him. I mean, it's possible he makes it, but named our 5th guy yet? I'm gonna say Gabe Wright because a defensive tackle. He's gone. Justice Reed is gone. Boonme Rodamy is gone.
Bunmi Rotimi. I have no idea which one of us is right or wrong. It's probably somewhere some kind of combination of both of our pronunciations.
Dude, I don't understand this. If you look at the depth chart next to defensive end behind Chase Young, Daniel Wise and Bunmi Rotimi are both listed at 4. They don't have anyone as number 5 or 6. Does that mean they're both too good to be 5th? They're like tied. They're completely tied.
I don't know.
Because they can't put 2 dudes in at the same time is what I'm saying. You can't be...
Yeah.
You only get one player. You can't bring both guys on and be like, hey, this is our defensive end.
Yeah, really. It's like one should be the 4th and one should be the 5th.
Yeah.
Well, Bunmi Rotimi went to Old Dominion. You know how many times I've heard of him in the news here in the greater Norfolk, Virginia Beach area?
None.
0. Old Dominion is in Norfolk, in case people don't know.
Dude, Jordan Brown and Lyndon Stevens.
Basketball.
Jordan Brown, Lyndon Stevens are gone. Okay.
Lyndon Stevens.
Bunmi wrote me, Gabe Wright, and Justice Reed. And you're either going to get Troy Apke or someone like Greg Stroman gone. That's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah. Mostly because we're done with Troy Apke.
Dude, what's Kenny Ken talking about? What y'all think? What is that? What is he asking? I don't know what you mean by that.
Oh, he put up some stuff. Oh, about Todd Gurley. Is he getting cut again? Did he get cut by the who's it with now?
Todd Gurley
He
got
was
cut?
with the Falcons.
What do we think about what, Ken? Kenny?
This is Kenny Can from Canada.
He's talking about Todd Gurley, the running back who was awesome.
He was awesome.
He was awesome.
Is he available?
Bring
him in.
I don't know. I don't know if he's available or I don't know.
If he is available, bring him in because, like I was saying earlier, we haven't heard much from our running backs. But besides Antonio Gibson, I'm not that keen on these other dudes. Like, you know.
CJack 17 was just like, we got too much talent to be wasting a roster spot on Apke. Cut!
Yeah, you're right. Apke needs
100%.
to be. I'm thinking who here would be sad if you see him go after the first game? Anyone? Is anyone going to be like, oh man, I really liked Apke? Dude was good.
Who knows?
Good and terrible. I need to get that sound effect.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know if we're going to bring in a guy. I mean, we've already got Lamar Miller, who is a former 1,000-yard rushing guy with the Texans. So
yeah,
I don't know if we need another past his prime guy with too many knee injuries.
What do you think about J.D. McKissick though? Like, I don't know how well he's going to do in this offense.
I thought J.D. McKissick is exactly the kind of guy that you need when you had Alex Smith as a quarterback.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's why, like, I would rather have, like, a bruising running back, you know, instead of another guy like him, because we already got Antonio Gibson who can fill that role just the same as J.D. McKissick.
Peyton Barber's a big back.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll be,
We'll see.
I'll be interested to watch the running backs play, to tell you the truth. Because, you know, a lot of times it was hard running for these guys. Like the fact, I mean, because we had one receiver and one tight end last year, and
we had Donald Inman as a receiver, as our number 2 receiver.
Yeah, so dudes
Inman.
Didn't really have to respect the pass that much. They could key on the run.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, it could open it up for these guys. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I feel like we're stacked. And I don't know if it's just because I'm a homer or we're definitely more stacked than we normally are. Like,
definitely more stacked than
longest
we've
time
been
I
in
can
years.
remember. Like, I can't remember when we were this stacked. The last time I was even excited is when we had RG3, and that was like one dude.
That was 10 years ago.
I know.
2012 was
10 or 9
year.
years. 9 years ago.
9 years ago. 2000. Well,
Speaking of
this is the 10th
RG3,
year since this is the 10th season since 2012
did you hear that he got signed?
by CBS,
ESPN.
ESPN. Oh yeah, that's right. I heard something about it,
So he's going to be.
and I heard he was just like, if hopefully, you know, I'll still want to play, but you know,
No, dude.
yeah.
Although they say he was really good, like I guess he did some screen tests or something, and he did a good job, and like all these different channels wanted him.
He's probably going to be really good. You know, there's so many good. I mean, we have people like Troy Aikman and players like that were great when they played, even though they played for Dallas. But then you have some players that come in that were like mid-level guys, or they weren't all that great, but they end up being great announcers, or they end up being great coaches and stuff like that. Sometimes like playing isn't like the apex of a person's career. They end up going on to do something better.
Yeah.
And RG3, because of his knees, he may end up making more money in the long run if he works with ESPN.
Yeah, think about what's the other dude, Tony Romo. He's making so much money. I don't remember what it was, but he's actually pretty good.
$18 million a year?
It's crazy. Yeah.
Doing nothing. He's just sitting around watching a game and talking about it. What a great job.
Like he would do at his house anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So.
But then some of those guys just suck.
So anyway, hopefully RG3 will have more success in the studio than he did on the field because, well, at least he can't
After
get injured there.
2012.
We hope.
Yeah, you try not to get injured unless you're like Shaq and you fall off the set.
2012 was a
game.
2012 was a great year, and I'll never forget that last game where we beat Dallas to go to the playoffs. That was awesome.
That was the best memory that I've had since the Super Bowls, from way back when we were youngins.
Yep. And hopefully we'll have some memories this year that are even better. Let's hope.
Yeah.
I want to win a playoff game for once. My word.
I know, really.
It's going to be us.
Record.
It's going to be us v either Tampa or Seattle in the first round of the playoffs.
Both
And
teams which were playing this year in normal games too, by the way.
Yeah. So anyway, like we mentioned earlier, we are leaning towards going to that Tampa Bay game on November 14th, which is also my birthday weekend.
Oh,
And I started a new channel in the Discord server for talking about, you know, plans for that weekend. But hopefully we can do it. Hopefully COVID doesn't. Hopefully it calms down.
COVID doesn't
Hopefully people get their vaccine.
Yeah, man. Seriously, you guys.
Hey, Bryce Versa has now joined the Discord room. What's up, Bryce?
Nice. Yellow cake.
Is that Mr. Yellow Cake? Yellow Cake. So if you're in Discord, you go and click on the live podcast room and then you'll be in there. And you won't be on live because I've got you muted, but we could bring you on the podcast from in there.
Good.
But
And
anyway,
that's just a place where people, Redskins fans get to hang out and talk to each other and debate stuff. It's, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Kind of like us doing the podcast for so long. We just like to hang out and talk about the Redskins / Washington football team.
Yep. So anyway, those were our 5 guys who are going to get cut this week.
Troy Apke, number 1, man.
There was a few other things I wanted to talk about before we call this thing a night and go watch this game in 2 days, which I'm pumped about. 2 days, less than 48 hours now, dude.
I know, dude. I know. It's already 7:51.
So here's the deal. I've already talked about Heinecke getting banged up, and he seems all right.
Excuse me.
I've heard a lot about this guy, Torrey McTyer, cornerback. How he's been turning some heads.
Yeah, and it's not like he's like some undrafted rookie. I mean, he's been around for a couple of years. He's been, I don't know, some players just kind of get stuff later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like once they have, because this would be his 4th year, and he's been with the Dolphins, the Bengals. He's played a little bit here, he's played a little bit there. Maybe that's enough where he's kind of figured it out. Like some people just figure stuff out later on in their careers instead of, when they're 26 instead of 22.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see on Thursday night.
And then I just wanted to talk about this. I think these last roster spots with all these receivers, I have no idea how many we're going to keep. But one of the last roster spots, we may be cutting 1 or 2 receivers that were probably actually a little bit better than guys that end up making the team, because we need special teams guys. We need returners, kick returners. So I was kind of looking at the bottom of that line, like they have Isaiah Wright, for example, listed as number 3 on the depth chart for, what is that? I guess the X wide receiver. I don't really know the difference, to tell you the truth. I'm not going to.
And also it's number 3 under like the returners as well.
Yeah. So, but remember he kept fumbling, didn't he? And Steven Sims. I wouldn't be surprised if Steven Sims is cut, because he kept fumbling.
Steven Sims just couldn't stop fumbling. I've heard he's had a good camp so far, but he couldn't stop fumbling last year. That's why he's number 2 behind Danny Johnson and DeAndre Carter, another person who may be a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to keep an eye on the returners, because one of those guys, Danny Johnson, DeAndre Carter, Steven Sims Jr., and Isaiah Wright, may make the team, or 2 of those guys may even make the team just because of the return abilities, and we might end up cutting, a guy that's no, I'm talking about cutting a guy that's strictly a wide receiver, like the Dax Milne guy and AGG, for example.
Yeah, AGG, Kelvin Harmon.
Kelvin Harmon, one of those guys that you might be like, hey, those guys I thought were better receivers, but they might lose a roster spot because they don't have this position flex that Coach Rivera is always talking about. Position flex.
This episode is now called Position Flex. Position-flex.
I'm not calling it position flex because Al Galdi always talks about position flex on his show.
Oh, we don't want to. Yeah.
And I don't want to copy him like he did us with naming the episodes after players. So, speaking of, this is the 500 and Champ Bailey episode.
Oh yeah, Champ Bailey Hall of Fame.
Yep.
It would be right over my shoulder if we didn't have this green screen behind me.
Never should have traded
FedEx Field.
Never should have traded him for Portis, but that's another conversation that we can have during the weekend.
That's another conversation that involves talking about Champ Bailey and his wife.
What? I don't want to know. Anyway,
dude, you don't know the story on that? Champ Bailey's wife was like, "You're getting traded, or I'm divorcing you," because he was cheating on her.
Oh, really? No, I never heard that.
That was the whole story with Champ Bailey. He was cheating on his wife, allegedly, and she was like, "You're getting traded, or I'm leaving you," and so he got traded. Allegedly, supposedly.
And we gave him and a pick for Clinton Portis.
And a second-round pick. That was one of the stupidest trades I've ever heard. And Clinton Portis was an awesome player. But
He's not in the Hall of Fame.
A Hall of Famer and a second-round pick for a running back? No
Hey,
offense,
why are we
Stevie.
even bringing
No
up that
offense.
old stuff? We're only looking forward from now on, and it's gonna be clear skies. This episode, dude, is gonna be called Hoof and Mouth Disease.
Think of it, gentlemen. Hoof and mouth disease, a thing of the past.
Think of it, gentlemen.
Never mind that.
Think of it, gentlemen. Crappy football, a thing of the past.
A thing of the past. Never mind that. Here comes Apke.
Here comes Apke. I think that's about all I had. You want to round this thing out?
Do you think on Thursday night is there going to be one time when all of us are going to be watching the game and we're going to see Apke get burned for a touchdown?
Yeah, he's gonna get burned. And then everyone's gonna be lighting up Discord. Good. And then there's gonna be a couple times during the game when you're gonna say,
But was he induced?
I didn't hear him during the Olympics, but I did hear Kenny Albert.
They sound kind of the same.
They sound kind of the same, but once you know, you kind of figure them out.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that about rounds it out, dude. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the outro music.
But by the way, USA beat the world in silvers, beat the world in golds, beat the world in bronze. We'll see you in Paris.
Did we beat the world in golds? Because there was some article by I think an American that was saying it wasn't fair that we were saying we won the most medals and China was beating us in golds at the time.
We got China had 38 gold and we got 39 on the last day because women's volleyball I think was the last sport and they won the gold. So we had 39, they had 38. See you in Paris, people.
So we're the best again.
USA.
Sorry, Kenny Ken. I don't know how many you guys got.
They finally won the
soccer,
gold medal in
didn't they?
women's soccer though. That had to feel
That's a
good
big
for
one.
them.
That's a big one.
That was a big one. That was a big one for Christy Sinclair.
Good way to go, Christy Sinclair.
Christine
Sinclair. Way to go. Congratulations.
I can't believe she still plays.
And congratulations to the 39 gold medalists.
And the silver medalist and the bronze medal, every medal, fantastic. I mean, I can't do it.
I guess. They're okay. Anyway,
guys are okay.
We'll round it out.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys next week after the game. Be sure to get into the Discord room if you're not in there. And that again is discord.gg/5YW5YFT. Talk with the rest of HHF 24/7. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Hail to the Redskins, Washington football team. And if you see a Cowboys fan,
Oh, you know what to do. Yoga!